long-term sampling monitoring program since we started in about '86. We're out here sampling water at different frequencies, sometimes monthly, sometimes quarterly, but we're trying to get a good feel of what the long-term trends of the water is, what's happening to the water quality over time.
Today, Volusia County samplers are going out on the South St. Johns River near Deep Creek in State Road 46, sampling water samples around the St. Johns River. Why? Because we're checking to make sure that the waters are healthy and safe for people to consume the fish out of, but also go swimming in and stuff. And also, just if there is any issues, we can alert the local people so that they are aware. We collect the bottles of water by hand, and then we take a sample bottle and filter for 2 of the bottles, add acid to it so we can sample for certain metals. Some of the negative things that can happen is in the summer when it gets hot, it can cause algae blooms, which causes low dissolved oxygen. But the dissolved oxygen gets too low, obviously the fish can no longer breathe, and that's when they suffocate. And then obviously if the fish are dying, then the gators don't have the food, the birds don't have their food either, and stuff, so we're all concerned about that.
But overall, the water quality is probably going down in some of the more developed areas, but it's remaining fairly normal in areas similar to this, or maybe even slightly improving in areas like this, because agriculture has kind of dropped off in Volusia County a little bit. Most of the agricultural runoff would have ended up in this particular creek, so the water quality is probably improving here.
Today we've been sampling the south stretch of the St. Johns River from Lemon Bluff down through Lake Harney, which is along the southern part of our St. Johns River that borders the entire west coast of Volusia County. This thing she has right now, it's a visibility indicator, how clear the water is. So she's looking at when that white and black disc disappears from her view, and she'll pull up the measuring tape and take notice of where the disc is disappearing from her view. And she'll record where that is to the top of the water. For instance, she might only be able to see 0.6 meters from the surface, and then she'll record that on the iPad. Not enough people know what we do and why. It's one of those behind-the-scene kind of jobs, and if people really knew why we did this, and rather than just complaining about the water looking so bad or being concerned about whether the fish are edible or not, if they really understood why things get bad and took more care of what they do, we might not have to be out here quite as much.
The most challenging part is probably the heat in the summer. The most rewarding part is being able to get out on the boat sampling the water and hopefully helping the water quality in the future. You know you're actually hopefully getting somewhere, so like when the lawmakers do come and look at the stuff that if they're looking to make changes into the water quality and wanting to improve it, the stuff that we are gathering goes towards making those decisions or recommendations.
You hope you're doing a good thing. You're doing some difference. I know when I retire, the data that we collected over the last 33 years will be used by the future people that replace me and the rest of the staff. So that data is going to be archived and be useful to be able to say, yes, we have done something to the good for the water quality of Volusia County.